This should just be a quickie. Yeah, that's what I always say. Welcome to Lost Forgotten Channel. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. We have, as you know, quarantine setups, hyper-salinity, and whatnot. And I had dropped the salinity in this 55-gallon, relatively, just propagated from stuff from the other tank. Mixed reef, kind of. It's just gonna be a fish tank, it's gonna be a fucking fish tank. Notice I still haven't taken the divider out of it, but I'm going to. But I wanted to share with y'all, I've referred to it as brining, how to brine. The salinity was probably down to 0.16 in this tank. And it was up to 0.18 this morning, but that still wasn't good enough. And if you look back there, the zinnias, well, they're dead. They're basically falling apart. They aren't just drooped over, they're falling apart. There's one guy over here that hasn't lost his stock yet. But at this point, there's no way I can move those. The only hope for that one guy that's left is if I raise the salinity before he loses his organic consistency, basically. And the zinnias were a good canary for me because Kenya trees, button polyps, that kind of thing would have all gone next. Now the problem in this tank is I don't want to put that much water in it. It's still got 2 tanks underneath it. And that's a lot of weight on the floor. So I can't just take a bunch of water out, put a bunch in. I don't even have that much water right now because I've been stretching my RODI to its limit, trying to keep clean water in these hospital tanks. But the quickest, easiest, most effective way I've always found to re-raise salinity after dropping it because you had an outbreak or something is to use brine water. So what you do is you take a full scoop of salt mix, in this case reef crystals by Instant Ocean, and you put them in about one, well, I guess maybe I filled it up to the first line. So that'd be 1/6 of this bucket. So maybe a total of 1/4 of what you'd normally use. Okay, so 2 gallons worth of salt and 1/2 gallon of water. So effectively, I'm changing, what does that factor out to? Changing 16 gallons of water at regular salinity, which would bring a 55-gallon at 0.018 up to 0.02. So probably won't be at 21 by this point. But you don't want to shock it. You can shock shit and kill other shit. So just to show you what I have going on here, you can see there's a little green dripper back there, and it is pouring a salty mix into here. I'll lower it down so you can actually see the salt coming out. Get there's brine water. It actually looks like it's coming a lot faster. It's more like drip, 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 drip. When you have it above the water, but it looks like it's pouring out because of the current that's surrounding it. But that's a good thing. See, it's mixing. It's finishing its mix as it comes down here. And this is part of the reason why I haven't moved the divider yet. It's because I've been utilizing this whole thing quite effectively here. Before I was kind of using the divider to keep the micro bubbles from getting caught in the return. Once I loose up the system, that's going to be a problem. I might have to shorten this pipe and install the protein skimmer down there hanging off the front. That'll be fun. Yeah, micro bubbles get in there and they cause this to break siphon. That's bad. That's very bad. 20 gallons of water on the floor. Very bad. Oh look, this is not being a quick video. Almost 6 minutes. Now I gotta go to 7 just because I'm superstitious. Maybe. Anyways. You can stop watching now if you want to. That's pretty much the gist of it. Get your bucket with brine in it. High salinity water. When you take your salinity reading, the meter should just fucking shoot all the way up and just not even want to come down. Okay? That's how high the salinity in that is. And then it doesn't matter that it's not all dissolved all the way. If you have like a safe place to drip it to, what you might want to do is rearrange your power heads. Maybe move corals to one side of the tank and drop it on the other. That way you have like the salt burn happening where there is nothing. But raising the salinity from that low of a point shouldn't be too much of a problem. You just got to keep an eye out on everything. It looks like I got some zinnias that closed up instead of drooping because they've had enough light. These guys, man, I've moved some more light onto them. That doesn't seem to be helping, or doesn't seem to have helped. Now they still wind up looking like this. I hope that one stalk pulls through, otherwise this whole rock will be lost of zinnias. And I already let the zinnias fucking kill off some mushrooms that were on there because I couldn't really move them. That'd be a double loss. Sucks. Anyways. Managed to get a couple of those mushrooms to fall off, but a couple of them I couldn't. So the zinnias wound up just blotting their light out for them. Speaking of blotting light out, green mushroom right there is doing well because the Kenya tree is doing so poorly. Anyways, as soon as this is done, which should be maybe 20 more minutes or so, check the salinity and start over. Hope you found this useful. If you did, click the like button. And if you want to hear about all kinds of crazy shit that's, you know, pretty much the explanation for life, the universe, and everything, this is the channel to subscribe to. Peace.